Let's go, Bud. Take your hands off me. Move on. Move on.
That's right.
I'm Inspector Johns. This is Detective Lieutenant Lawrence.
How do you do?
I hope I'm happy to know you.
You put up the bail for your brother?
Yes.
Of course, you realize, Miss Gregor, that if your brother fails to show up for trial, you will forfeit the bail money.
Inspector, Don is no criminal.
Well, that'll be established later. He was carrying a gun.
There are much worse crimes.
Carrying a gun can be a dangerous business.
So can building a skyscraper.
Your brother had no license to carry that gun, Miss Gregor. It's against the law. My gun.
I think we'll hold on to that for a little while.
You've no right to keep my property.
We've got all the rights right now. Now go on, get out of here before I have you put back in the cell.
Don, there's been enough trouble. Let's go home.
I could have held on to him a little longer.
I think you're wrong about him, Inspector.
No, he's mixed up with Brady, all right. I stake my pension on that. It's too bad, too, his father being what he is. How can a great doctor have such a jerk for a son?
The sins of the father?
No, Dr. Gregor's a great man, both in his personal life and his business life.
Sounds like a man I'd like to meet.
You probably will, next time we pick up Don Gregor.
One for you.
Go ahead and say it, but change the words this time. The old record's getting a bit worn. Do you want me to repeat it for you word for word? Listen, sis, I'm over 21. I know what I'm doing.
You know what you're doing. I wonder if you even realize what you're doing. I wonder if you realize how proud Father would be of you if he knew.
Oh, not that routine again.
You know what it would do to him?
father doesn't know, and you won't tell him.
No, I won't tell him. But he'll find out sooner or later.
Probably later.
Why are you taking that gun?
Why, I might be walking down a dark street and a robber might jump at me. I want to be protected.
I just paid $1,000 bail because you carried one of those things tonight.
Well, sister, that was very sisterly of you.
You know that gun is jailbait. Don? I won't go bail for you again.
Maybe you won't have to. I have other friends, you know.
By that you mean Vic Brady.
Maybe.
Well, good evening, Don.
Good night, Dad.
Well, you were certainly in a rush.
Don is all mixed up. He'll be all right. He had an engagement.
Yeah, with Vic Brady. Ah. Oh, dear. Marilyn, my dear, how would you like to fix me a little refreshment, huh?
Sure, Dad.
Ah, thank you.
How did you know?
Although I've never even met the gentleman, but Inspector John, he seems like a fan of mine. This afternoon we had a long telephone conversation earlier in the day. Well, here's a good drink for a parched throat. You know, I had to perform a very difficult operation this morning, the victim of an automobile accident. You know that I had to remodel that patient's entire face, and it was strenuous and very, very complicated. Plastic surgery at times seems to me to be very, very complicated.
Father, Don is...
The inspector thinks that Don is headed for serious trouble. But don't worry about that, because it'll all straighten itself out nicely. Don isn't really a bad boy. A little wild, perhaps, yes. Maybe I gave him too much in his youth. That plus the lack of a mother's attention. God rest her dear soul. But Don isn't really a bad boy.
The Vic Brady is a hardened criminal.
Yes, I know.
He'll be the one to lead Don into that serious trouble that Inspector Johns is talking about.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
Whiskey and soda.
Well, I see you got out of that scrape all right.
No thanks to you. You left me holding a bag. I was carrying a gun and too close to the spot.
So what? Nobody saw us pull a job. Besides, carrying a rod first offense ain't a tough rap to beat.
I was lucky this time. Where's my cut?
Not bad for a night's work, huh?
Oh, the dough's good. You got rid of that stuff fast.
It's the way I work. Fast.
Took my picture and fingerprints.
So what? They've had my picture in the file so long it's getting moldy.
If anybody sees me, they can identify me pretty quick now.
So you'll just have to be real careful, like me. You carrying a rod now?
Sure.
Slip it to me quick.
What?
Don't argue. Do like I say.
You aren't very particular about the kind of customers you serve, are you, Jimmy? Since we're off duty officially, I guess a beer wouldn't hurt, eh, Bob?
Sounds good to me.
You know, this fellow's face looks sort of familiar to me.
Lay off me.
Yeah, like we might have met him recently.
What are you guys picking on me for?
You're raising your voice.
Cops all alike.
Yeah, like crooks. They're all alike.
On you to your grave.
Yeah, we're trying to keep you from getting to your grave too early.
Why are you following me?
What makes you think you're so important we'd want to follow you?
Your presence is enough.
Oh, did you hear that, Bob? You know, I would have sworn that the license for this bar says that the public is invited. Oi, Jimmy, come on with those beers, will you? Yeah, here we are. You see, just a quick beer before going home to a well-earned night's rest.
Why don't you beat it and leave me alone? I'm not doing anything.
Too bad your father's such a fine man.
You leave my father out of this.
Yeah, he's really a great guy. I wish he could be left out of it. I'm not responsible for bringing him in on this. You are. You know, you're really pretty low character. All right, let him go. Go on, get out of here. You too. Go on, get moving.
That's no way to talk to a cop, boy. You got a lot to learn.
He made me sore.
He was out to get you sore. Forget the cop. Come on, we got work to do.
I'll get him if it's the last thing I ever do.
I said forget the cop. Let's go.
Where to?
What do you mean, where to?
Just that, where to?
The Monterey Theater, the payroll, remember?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Look, maybe we ought to call it off this time.
You ain't gonna chicken out on me, are you?
No, it isn't that. Oh, that cop has me riled. I might get trigger happy.
So, maybe you'll have to get trigger happy. Witnesses can identify pictures, and the cops have both our mugs.
I'm not going.
Oh, yes, you are. There's 20 grand in that payroll, and I want my cut. You'll go, or I'll fix you, but good with the cops. Come on, get going.
Maybe we should have followed them.
Brady's an old hand at being tailed. I don't think it would have done much good.
When do you see the doctor?
Tomorrow morning at his office.
I'd like to be there.
You will be.
But, Dad, he's out there somewhere with a gun.
Oh, I know I should have called the inspector and told him, but I just couldn't make up my mind to do it. I just can't see Don doing anything wrong. I just can't make up my mind to believe it. Where have I failed?
You haven't failed, Dad.
Words, my daughter. Just words. The proof is in the fact.
That was Billy Green spending an evening in Maggie Murphy's home. And now, two quiet people, Cotton Watts and Chick.
You know, Cotton, I'm making a picture called The Lion Tamer.
The lion tamer?
Uh-huh.
There ain't but one kind of lion I'll mess with.
What kind's that?
Ooh, that's a dandelion.
Now, all I want you to do is meet me at the zoo in the morning at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, with the rest of the monkeys.
With the rest of the monkeys.
Yeah, I'll bring my grandpa with me.
I want to get a moving picture of you in the lion's cage.
Well, if you ever do get a picture of me in a lion's cage, you'll be moving all right.
Oh, Cotton, The lion can't hurt you.
Can't hurt me. Now, nobody can make me hurt myself.
Why, the lion's tame. He'll eat right off your hand.
Eat off of your hand and over your leg, too. I know them cats.
Oh, but you don't understand, Cotton. The lion was raised on milk.
Raised on milk. I was, too, but I eat pork chops now.
Why, he can't bite you.
Now, how come he can't bite me?
He hasn't got a tooth in his head.
I know, but he can gum me to death. I don't want him gnawing on me.
Now, all I want to do is snap you as you enter the lion's cage.
You just want to snap me as I enter?
Yes.
Well, you better snap me as I enter, because you will never be able to focus me when I start out, because I'm Alabama bound.
All right, now listen carefully, and there won't be any slip-up. The only one in there is a night watchman, and he probably knows the safe combination. The payroll for a whole chain of theaters is in that safe. Calm down. Nerves can blow the whole show. Shoot first if I give the signal, and ask questions later.
All right, Brady. Let's get this over with.
Check your gun first. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go.
Leave the gun where it is, Pop. Come on, Don. Take it away from him.
Just be a good boy and you won't get hurt. Keep your eye on him while I get at this safe. Oh, wait a minute. You can save us a lot of time and trouble if you know the combination.
What safe? What combination? I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't, huh? I think different, like.
You fellers better get out of here while you can.
You're an awful dumb cop.
This might sound corny, Pop, but I mean it. It's your life or the money in that safe.
I don't know the combination.
You know, Pop, there's always somebody trying to make my job a little tougher for me. That safe's going to be open, whether you open it or I have to use some juice on it. Your only choice is whether or not you're around to see it open. Doesn't make any difference to me one way or the other whether you live another day. It's all up to you. If you're smart, you'll find out that combination before I count 3. 1, 2.
Okay. You win. away with this.
Let us worry about that, Bud.
I'm through for the night, Mac. I'll be on my...
I think I got her, but we haven't got time to hang around and find out. Every cop in town will be here in a minute. Come on, get a move on. I said get a move on!
Put her down here.
Did you call the inspector?
Oh, yeah. Messy things, these shootings.
Stick around a couple of more years. A bullet makes things real rosy compared to other methods.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But this is bad enough.
You think she'll live?
Oh, sure. The bullet hit her high and passed right on through. In a couple of days, she won't even remember the pain.
Well, you should have been a doctor, not a cop.
You two, come with me.
Take her away.
Doctor?
Sorry to get you up, Inspector.
That's all right. My job doesn't seem important to a lot of people, but it's important to me. What's it all about?
Robbery, attempted murder, and murder.
How is she, Doc?
Fainted. Just a flesh wound. More shock than anything.
When can we talk to her?
I suggest you wait until morning. She'll be up and around by then. More than I can say for the old boy back there.
Dead?
Couldn't be any deader. She saw the man, though.
How do you know?
She came to for a moment, mumbled it. See you later.
Thanks, Doc. Where's the body, McCall?
Back there. Right in there, Inspector.
Get these people out of here.
All right.
Louis, did you get a good shot? Fine. Take it to the office for the sunrise edition. Inspector playing hard to get these days?
He's got a tough, thankless job on his hands.
His publicity can get tough, too.
Meaning?
Meaning, I'm a newspaper woman. I'm here to cover a story. My people have a right to know this story.
So tell it to them.
How can I tell it to them when the inspector won't let me in the room or even talk to him? Now, maybe you could help me.
Yeah, maybe I could. But the inspector said no story. At least not for now.
But, honey...
Please, lady.
Oh.
I'm on duty.
Well, it looks like they got what they came after.
Yeah, maybe they got more than they came after.
I don't get you, Inspector.
Who was the girl?
She's the secretary to the chain manager. She was checking the payroll list and knocking out some letters. That's why she was here so late tonight. The list had to be ready by morning for the payroll. She came in to check out with a night watchman, and the boom was lowered on her.
Clean through the heart. Poor old Mac.
Oh, you knew him?
Yeah, he was on the force for 30 years. Retired last year. Got a little bored with nothing to do, so he took a job as a night watchman.
Then that makes our holdup boys cop killers.
That's right. Cop killers.
Just a minute, I'm coming. So what's with him?
Hey, shot his first cop.
You're joking.
Does he look like I'm joking?
Honey, that's bad business, cop killing.
So what? They bleed like anybody else.
Yeah, I know, honey, but...
No buts about it. It's done and that's that.